YouTube has decided to not share my videos with everyone who subscribes. Please follow me on social media to stay up to date. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is 3 Buck Theater, and Star Wars Episode 9 is a year and a half away, right? And once Solo comes out in 2 weeks, we ain't gonna have much to talk about, right? So as a person who covers lots of Star Wars stuff and Star Wars controversies, what am I gonna talk about, right? Well, keep an eye out for the Star Wars book club to make a return. I just want to put that out there. I will be going through the different books that are new canon, giving my thoughts and opinion chapter by chapter. That will be on a separate channel that has been named, but will soon be announced officially. So keep your eye out for that one. But additionally, in regards to Episode 9. There are potential plot leaks that are coming out. This is a spoiler, by the way. I just want to put this out there. This is potentially a spoiler that's coming from a Reddit post. Now, I don't know how much of this I believe. I've skimmed through it, not gone through the whole thing yet, so we're going to be doing this together. But keep in mind, again, spoilers. I just want to make sure that that is abundantly clear. So it says here, Star Wars Episode 9 bonkers plot rumor has Old Republic feels. Now, that immediately makes my nips hard. That immediately makes them hard, because I would love for nothing more than to have Old Republic brought into this new timeline, this new canon. Go back and tell the Darth Revan story. God damn it. Now, it says here that a totally wild new rumor about the plot for Star Wars Episode 9 makes it sound like the film will borrow a significant plot point from the non-canon Knights of the Old Republic era, specifically a superpowered weapon used by Darth Revan during the Jedi Civil War that took place nearly 4,000 years before the Battle of Yavin. Right? That's, if you don't know about Knights of the Old Republic, the game came out 15 years ago in July. Get it? It's backwards compatible on Xbox One. You can get it on Steam. Get it? Play it, absorb it, be it. It is fantastic. And we as Star Wars fans got hosed when BioWare went on to go do the Old Republic MMO and not Knights of the Old Republic 3. Now, on May 3rd, a Redditor going by the name of FOOSLS, I'm probably mispronouncing that, posted on the Star Wars Speculation subreddit claiming to have read a very early storyboard for Episode 9. Supposedly, Episode 9 happens 5 years after The Last Jedi. The Resistance is no longer centralized and is not popular among the galaxy. Kylo Ren's rule over the galaxy is seen by most as benevolent. This leads many to question upon the Resistance fight, but many things change after the First Order mole leads the Resistance to discover the secret to the First Order's unlimited resources. An ancient manufacturing station literally powered by populations of conquered worlds known as regions. For any fan of the Old Republic era, this probably sounds pretty similar to the Starforge designed to manufacture the most powerful army the galaxy has ever seen. Now, we know that events in Star Wars are ultimately cyclical, right? Time is ultimately cyclical, even though Rian Johnson tried to bend that over and screw it out of Star Wars with Episode 8, bringing it back into everything makes sense, right? It makes sense. That's how JJ is going to probably try to wrap it up. And so, again, trying to manufacture a powerful army brings us back to, oh yeah, the Clone Wars, or Attack of the Clones. Admittedly, the Starforge does function quite differently. By drawing energy from a nearby star, very similar to Starkiller Base, the mobile Starforge channels the Force and can manufacture a seemingly endless supply of ships, droids, and other war material. It's a massive mobile station, but is smaller than even the original Death Star, so it feeds on the dark side of the Force and corrupts its users. Episode 9's supposed ancient manufacturing station is instead hidden under the surface of an ocean planet, but the function and scope are seemingly the same. Perhaps this new station harnesses the power of the planet's core. Who knows? But it'd be cool if there was, in fact, an underground base for this kind of manufacturing of droids and stuff underneath an ocean planet. Does it kind of seem similar to Camino by chance? I'm just saying. I'm getting some serious Attack of the Clone vibes here. And that's actually kind of make me want to go rewatch Attack of the Clones, because it's not as bad of a movie as I think it's gotten better with age, to be honest with you. This entire A-plot revolves around liberating the captives before they are exterminated and exposing these horrors to the galaxy at large. This plot is resolved with the unknown regions becoming united and preparing for war with the known regions. It would seem that the First Order uses thousands of slaves to man the station, but they keep this a secret. Now, it kind of goes in line with the Empire and the fact that the stormtroopers and everyone else were conscripted. And obviously not using the clone, those were definitely done away with, and they were going for the conscripted soldiers. And so that, using slaves and whatnot as well to mine and build stuff. I mean, it's not above the Empire to do that. Now, it says here, it's worth noting that Star Wars Battlefront 2 DLC leading up to The Last Jedi, which is very much so canon, sends Iden Versio's daughter Zay, into the unknown regions to connect with Resistance allies. This could also be related to some fashion if these rumors turn out to be true. The same DLC also revealed that as part of something called Project Resurrection, the First Order had been abducting Outer Rim children like Finn for decades and forcing them to become stormtroopers. Who's to say they aren't forcing others into different kinds of slavery? Or who's to say they're not forcing others into finding out if they're Force sensitive? If you look at the ending of The Last Jedi, the idea there of The Last Jedi ultimately was all about legends and anyone can be a Force user, as we saw with that little broomstick boy. And everything else. Like, that's obviously kind of what he was setting up there in terms of anyone, like the midi-chlorians, if we're going to continue using that term, would go out and use a lot of stuff and attach itself to other people, and there'd be more Jedi. Obviously, the balance in the Force, you would say if there's, it would start, manufacturing more Jedi in order to meet more Sith. Maybe that's kind of where we are right now, is the Sith have been able to figure out how to do this in order to manufacture those children to find out which ones are Force sensitive and force them to the dark side. And then at this point now, the Force is creating then light side users that could then before be trained in order to rise up to meet the center, to have a conflict that was mentioned by Snoke. Now, listen, if that plot point for some reason actually connects the two together, then I will give Rian Johnson some credit for at least setting up something that was cool. But then again, I'm a writer at heart, so I could just be speculating with what I would personally like to see and not necessarily what's going to happen. Now, the leaks from FOOSLS also mentioned that Rey and Kylo Ren's relationship is ongoing via their Force connection. But Rey also has a child with someone else. Tons of new Force users also come out of hiding and join the Resistance, mainly because Kylo Ren hunts them down with the Knights of Ren. Much of this seems a bit far-fetched, but FOOSLS did point out that his previous Last Jedi speculation turned out to be close to the truth. Which if this guy has done it before, then maybe this is the idea. And again, it's not a bad idea. It's kind of cool. So it says, take this all with a grain of salt, but don't be surprised if some of these details might turn out to be closer to the truth than you think at first glance. And so that's entirely possible. That's entirely possible that this is going to be what the movie is, what it's going to pull from. Pulling from the Star Forge, at least that kind of idea, would go in line with Attack of the Clones, with creating that type of army on an ocean planet. In this case, using slaves. We know that when Han Solo saves Chewbacca, that the Wookiees were enslaved by the Empire. So the Empire's done this kind of shit before. And so if the Resistance, which is basically kind of gone underground because they don't have the resources, they don't have the people, so on and so forth, and people are kind of starting to not help them as much anymore because they just feel that Kylo Ren is just malevolently in control, given the legends, what we've seen coming from all of this. That could be an interesting plot point. Now, the whole thing of Rey having a kid with somebody else, that to me seems dumb. I don't think that's going to be the thing. And I say that mostly because of the fact that they're setting up the love triangle between Poe, Rey, and Kylo. They might add a little bit of Finn in there, but obviously they've already established Finn and Rose, and so that's why Poe and Rey didn't meet until the end of The Last Jedi. Never mind the fact that in the Force Awakens novelization, they actually met. I've done a video on why it's just lazy and Disney doesn't care. But if they are working on this particular thing, if they are working on this idea as a whole, what I would suggest is starting to take a look at where the books are going. Whatever's coming out this year and next year that are considered canon, because those will probably contain a little bit of information leading into this particular thing. So as I said at the beginning of this video, I will be doing the Star Wars book club of what's canon. We will be starting officially with The Last Jedi. Look for that announcement here in the next couple weeks once the movie comes out and I can get myself situated to start really recording these things. And that will be a separate channel, which will be linked below when that does come available. But anyway, what do you guys think about this? Do you think that there is, in fact, that there's some truth to this? Do you think this is all speculation? If this is the truth, does this make up for Last Jedi? If this is real, does it make you happy or sad or upset? Do you think Star Wars is just dead? They should just let it go, blah, 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 blah. And here, if you're like me, I just want to ask, if you're like me, do you just want, like, if you here, just, I just want Disney to look at Rian Johnson and go, Knights of the Old Republic, man, just do that. Just do Knights 1, 2, and 3. Tell us the Darth Revan saga. Give us that. And if JJ's pulling from that as a way to kind of give back a little bit, because we know that they pulled a few things from the Legends, the original EU that was killed. We know that. So if they're bringing more of that in and making it canon, that's pretty cool. And there was also the rumor or the thing that came out the other day about them trying to cast someone named Mara. And of course, that sent everyone up in arms about Mara Jade. And that would be pretty cool nonetheless. But then again, if Luke's out of the picture, who knows? But I leave it to you. Post your comments below. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day, and peace out.